Hey guys, sagevalentine here, and this is my review of The Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 7, entitled Pretty Much Dead Already. So, whether or not you like Season 2, if you just started watching Walking Dead, you guys need to get into Season 2 because, as I've said in previous reviews, things that are said, things that happen in this season reverberate as far as Season 5 as to right now, Season 3, Season 4, whatever, what have you. So, even if you don't like the season, you gotta watch it. It may bore the hell out of you in the first half. It may bore the hell out of you 75% into it, but you gotta watch it. Because a lot of the things that Shane says makes a lot of sense, and it also, in my opinion, determines the decisions that are made by Rick in Seasons 3, 4, and 5, and possibly 6, 7, and however many seasons are going to come of The Walking Dead. I assume 13, but that's wishful thinking. So in case you guys don't know, in case you didn't figure this out, I'm just gonna clue you all into this. The only reason why Shane broke into that barn, now this is my opinion, you guys may have a different opinion. Now what barn am I talking about? The barn with the walkers. The reason why he did that is because he was pissed that Lori chose Rick over him, because Lori was pregnant and it was more likely that he was the father than Rick. However, Shane threw a temper tantrum, took that axe and opened it up. And needless to say, let out all those walkers, and that's how we found out at the end of the episode that Sophia, that everybody's been looking for, that Daryl nearly died trying to find, is a zombie. Many of you may disagree with me on that, but I picked that up early. Like, he only did that because he was pissed because Lori didn't choose him, and I'm not sure why he thought Lori was going to choose him. Since this is my favorite season, I'm a little biased towards it. I know a lot of people don't like it. I've heard all the complaints, but I do like Season 2. There's really no season of this show that I really don't like, but I do like Season 2 the best. The things that Shane says during this episode, we start seeing examples of that, particularly the part where he says that Rick is not made for this world. And for those of you who are all caught up on the series up to the mid-season finale of Season 5, you know what I'm talking about. But for those who are just starting this and they're just getting through Season 2, sit back and you'll see what Shane is talking about. And Shane begins to show his frenemy colors. I don't know if you don't know what a frenemy is. It's a enemy disguised as a friend, like kind of like a whole backstabber type thing. He tries to poison Lori, and he does so to a point to where as Lori begins to question what Rick is doing, but again, she's still seeing Rick as the baby's father. Like, she will not let Shane anywhere near this kid at all. So, I guess if the baby is born at this point, at all. And Shane tries to blame Rick for what happened with Amy and Jim. If you watch that episode, watch it again and again and again. It was bound to happen. Would those two characters have died? I have no idea, but they were out in the open, so eventually a herd was going to come past and was going to get them. And Shane wants the group to leave Herschel's farm, right? And he wants them to go to Fort Benning, which is all fine and dandy. The problem is that they don't know what is going on outside, and that's another thing I like about this episode, because Maggie mentions that, and I think Maggie says, well, the world, she's telling like Herschel, like, the world is not what you think it is outside of here. She was like, and all the farms are mostly either burnt down or they're full of walkers. So in other words, like, the group could at this point make it all the way to Fort Benning only to be ambushed by walkers or something. And I do agree during this episode with the idea of staying at this farm since you have a place that's safe. stay there for as long as you can. So another thing I liked about this episode was when Maggie's talking to Herschel. And as I said, she told him, like, life outside is not what you think it is. It's horrible. And she convinces Herschel to allow the group kind of to stay. Because Herschel's like, I did what I had to do, you know. Carl was shot. There's no reason they need to stay. And Maggie's like, listen, if it wasn't for Glenn saving me from that walker, I would have been dead. And I think she uses that biblical quote that I believe Jesus said that was, love one another as I have loved you. And that, to that point, that kind of, you know, starts turning the gears for Herschel, you know, look at the group and say, well, maybe they should stay. Which also leads to this whole thing with Herschel showing Rick how to wrangle walkers, which is a bad idea. And I'm looking at it like it's crazy. And a lot of people were probably looking at this like, what the hell is Herschel doing? Yeah, it's a big culture shock for him as far as what happens with the barn and everything. So, you know, when they find out that Sophia's in the barn. But the one thing about this episode that really, really, really got me, and it's something that I think about every time I watch Walking Dead, was the scene between Shane and Dale. Because Dale has been side-eyeing Shane since Shane came back without Otis. Dale's not stupid. Dale kind of lets Shane know, like, I know you killed Otis. And Shane was like, what's to stop me from killing you? He may not have said what I just said, but when he says it, I'm looking at him like, okay, you guys definitely need to do something about Shane. But they can't do anything about Shane at this point because the big revelation that Lori's pregnant, along with the walkers in the barn and looking for Sophia, all sidetracks them. So they cannot see what's going on with Shane, even with Andrea. So a lot of people complain about Andrea's character as the seasons go on in season, I believe it's into season 3. I'm not going to tell you exactly what happens with her, but a lot of people say that, you know, her character, you know, was stupid and all this stuff. Again, you have to realize that her sister's death could have happened maybe the week or so, or a week and a half before that. So she's still kind of grieving with that, and the group can't see that because they were traumatized by what happened to Carl, and then trying to find Sophie and all this stuff going on. They're not seeing the forest from the trees. They're not seeing the ticking time bomb that is Shane, and they're not seeing what the hell is going on with Andrea at all. So that's the main reason why I like this episode. So thank you guys so much for watching this. Don't forget to rate my video, comment, and subscribe to my brand of crazy. If you like my reviews, do your girl a solid and let other folks know, because spread the love around and spread my brand of crazy around. Also check me out on Twitter and Google+, sagevalentine, same name. So until next time, guys, I'm going to get The Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 6 review done for you guys, and then I'm going to finish Season 2. So until next time, Happy New Year all. Love you. My Apprentice review is coming soon. Bye, guys. Bye.